Good morning everyone. We'll start with class 8 subject social science. We'll start with civics chapter 2, that is secularism. So today we are going to discuss about secularism, then we will move forward. First we understand the term secularism. What is secularism? Okay. One of the most integral part of the constitution is the ideal of secularism. A state which follows the ideal of secularism is called a secular state. Secularism is an ideology that suggests that there should be a clear demarcation between the sphere of state and religion. In simple words, it suggests that the state shall have no religion of its own. The state should neither favor nor discriminate against any particular religion. In India, secularism does not imply separation of religion from state. In fact, secularism in India means a state is neutral to all religion. After having studied about the Constitution of India, you must now be aware that it is the supreme document of our country. It is not merely a law book, but also the embodiment of our shared struggle for independence and collective aspiration of people of this country. All government authority draw their power from the Constitution. The framers of the Constitution were aware of the fact that just as the right of the citizen should not be absolute and they must have certain restrictions, the government should also have no absolute power, as it may lead to misuse of power in some situation. If the citizen enjoy fundamental rights, they must also discharge some fundamental duties. The Constitution was designed in such a way that it does not become static and rather continues to respond to the need of the changing society without compromising on some basic feature. This is what makes our constitution a living document. Okay. In chapter 1, you read that secularism is one of the key features of the Constitution of India. The concept of secularism purposes that there should be a separation between the state and religion. But why should be a separation? What may happen if there is no separation? So take a hypothetical situation of a country X. This country has two religious communities, one which is large in number, that is majority, and another which is small in number, this minority. So you already know that a government in a democracy is elected by the people. Those who get more votes are declared winner form the government. So what do you think can happen if the government formed by the majority community imposes its religious views on the minority? It may be forbid members of the minority community from visiting their religious places or tell them to leave the country if they do not embarrass the religious to the majority community. Even if the government does not impose such unjust condition, it may use the finance of the state to promote its religion over the other. Such a situation is likely to lead to conflict. It violates the democratic ideal of equality, freedom and justice. Therefore, it became essential that the sphere of religion is not mixed with the business of state, of both remain separate. The other reason why religion should be kept separate from the state is that people should not only have the freedom of practicing the religion of their choice, but also the freedom of interpreting religion differently. Embarrassing teaching of other religion or following no religion at all. Adhering to these principles, the Constitution declared India as a secular state. Ideas of inclusiveness, religious tolerance, and communal harmony have been some of the characteristics of Indian society. Bearing few expectations, there are many examples of the secular cultural traditions such as foolo walon ki sair in different part of India. Okay. So there is a worksheet regarding your home assignment. There are two long questions. What do you understand by term secularism? Explain in detail. Second is, why do you think secularism is an ideal that must be upheld and practiced? Thank you.